This is a situation right here that could send things spiraling downhill if they do not come to some form of an agreement here. What we have is China trying to take the upper hand, and it's been a back and forth thus far between arresting individuals, trying to say that they're holding trade secrets, they're smuggling this and that, espionage, you name it. The United States has held Chinese workers or Chinese citizens that have been charged with that exact thing, like stealing trade secrets. One was from Phillips 66 here recently. Then we have multiple individuals from China that were held in Canada. And we have Canadians that have been held by China, of which their names and the details to all that are in this link that you guys can read up on here. But the big thing here is this Canadian man that was already sentenced. He was already sentenced for bringing in methamphetamine, a large amount, 200 kilograms, into China back in 2018, November of 2018. They sentenced him to 15 years in jail with a fine of around 22,000 American dollars. Now, all of a sudden, they're saying that he chose to appeal this, and of course, they would not let him reach his lawyer. And out of nowhere, they're saying now, since he tried to appeal this, they countered saying that they thought that his sentence was not harsh enough. So they slapped him with a death sentence. This has groups all over the place, irate, up in arms, and this is really going to be all about how much attention gets put on this and stays on this. I say this because there was a man from the UK a few years back. This exact same thing happened to. He brought in a couple grams of heroin. They charged him with death and they killed him. Now, of course, if it's out of sight and it's out of mind, then all the masses aren't saying anything about it. So it's about what people are talking about, the issues that they are pressing, that they're bringing up to their politicians, that they are making them take to the negotiation table. It's me. This is just one of those things where China is trying to stir the pot. It looks like Trudeau says that he is deeply troubled by the development while denouncing the move as an abuse of power. And this is a look at the guy right here, Robert Schellenberg. So, of course, dealing drugs and all that is not good. But when you see a situation like this, I think it's wise to not just say, oh, he was a drug dealer, let him kill him. You have to see the political bounds tied to this. There are tons of people out there on this planet that do far worse every day. They get away with it and don't get death penalties. And it really seems like this is a tool being used by China to potentially get back their guys that they're holding up in Canada. So, and maybe more. We'll see where this goes from here, but I wanted to cover it and let it be known that this is what they're talking about now. Centered around this guy right here, now facing a death sentence in China. And we'll see if China wants to try to ramp these things up. What happens if it's an American next? Like I said before, it's all about what the mainstream media is saying. If it's in the minds of the masses, then the individuals might have some luck of dodging the death bullet. If they sweep it under the rug, chances are they execute this guy and nothing's done. Or they could execute him and use it to their advantage to really tick people off. But I do not think in this case that this is fair for a man to have a sentence of 15 years and a $22,000 penalty and then turn around and then them tell him, nope, now you're getting a death sentence. So it really seems political to me. Regardless, this is the situation. We're going to keep an eye on this one. I will continue to update as things change. Make sure to follow me on Twitter and join us every Friday night for Underground World News Live, 8 p.m. Eastern, Dabu77. And for those that are wanting to join us for the Knowledge Conference in the Cincinnati area at the end of March, email me, dabu7yahoo.com. Before they're gone, peace.